All right. Test.
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 And welcome back to Convincing Idiots. We are whole again with the three of us here. That's
I
right.
have filled the hole. I have filled both of your holes by being here.
That's right. That's
And
right.
we thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
The pleasure is mine.
Oh, you have no idea. It is ours.
All right.
Go ahead, Brian. Okay, go ahead, Brian.
Cut the sexual tension with a knife.
That's right. This is what we missed over the last couple weeks here, folks.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah. No, but so we mentioned already. So Dean and I did a live episode last Wednesday, and we got into a organic conversation around TV reboots. I mentioned like the Munsters movie that's coming out with Rob Zombie's Munsters, and just kind of got us into talking about TV shows that were rebooted over the years, and some that were good, some that were not so good, some that they shouldn't even try to attempt. And so they got us talking about movies as well. So that's what we're going to talk about here in our main segment is movies that they've rebooted. So it could be a franchise that was maybe dormant for a while that they rebooted into some other storyline or something like that. Or it could be a movie that's a complete remake of something from the past. Or it could be, just some that were good, some that were not so good. And some, if you have any suggestions of you would like to see a reboot, if it comes up in the conversation here, or maybe some movies that, and it could be a lot of these, but just some of your favorite movies that, if they attempted to try to reboot it, it would just not, no, just don't even try because it's not going to go well. The original is too good,
I can tell you right now, one right off the top that I'm sure everybody is thinking about right now.
Yeah, like they should do Jingle All the Way with John Hamm, 100%.
Yes.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Honestly,
I love this idea.
Maybe
I would have initially said if you wanted to reboot Jingle All the Way, I'd say fuck right off. But if you put John Hamm in the role, I might listen to that pitch.
Yeah.
I mean, let's be honest, guys. We could just
Jamie Foxx and John Hamm. Maybe.
Or Kevin Hart. I like Kevin Hart.
Kevin Hart
role.
That's it.
Kevin Hart and John Hamm.
Let's face it, guys. We just end this episode by saying, no matter what, you can reboot anything as long as John Hamm is involved.
Correct. It would be fine. It would almost be better.
But I will tell you,
reboot Wonder Woman, John Hamm.
I will tell you one thing that has been rebooted that didn't even need John Hamm because it was so good.
Go ahead.
The reboot of the way that you conventionally think about riding a bicycle. Our friends at RPM Bike Shop rebooted the way that you ride a bike by adding the power of electricity. Electric bikes to your daily commute or for your leisure, wherever you may be going. Our friends at RPM Bike Shop are located conveniently in Carrollton, Ohio. You can find them by searching them up on Facebook, going to their website, rpmbikeshop.com, or giving them a call directly at 330-808-7792 today. Because RPM Bike Shops, although they are a bit of a reboot on your traditional bicycling needs, they themselves do not require a reboot, for they are perfect already the way that they are. RPM Bike Shops, a revolution in biking. Give them a call today and tell them the Convincing Idiots told you where to go.
Fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so guys,
I think you just found their fucking tagline for their business. So.
The revolution. Yeah.
A revolution in biking. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that's good. So do you have any movie how about some that were just wherever it goes? How about some of your least favorites? Some that they redid. It's like they did not have a. I don't know. It just didn't go well for you. It didn't resonate with you.
I can't really say that this didn't resonate. Because there have occasionally been some fine. But to me, if you would have ended it with Michael Keaton's Batman and stopped it there, I'd be just fine. No Val Kilmer, no George Clooney, no, pardon me, Robert Pattinson. Robert Pattinson, I enjoyed the movie, but if you'd have ended it Michael Keaton, I'd have been fine with that.
Wow. I mean, I don't want to disrespect the Michael Keaton movies because it's not what it is, but some of my favorite ones have been post that. So, but I mean, you're not wrong in the fact that if you never had it, you wouldn't know, because you would have been.
Sure,
if you would have made the
true.
2 Batman movies, you would have been happy with that because they were very good, and you wouldn't know what you were missing, I guess. But yeah.
That trilogy was too good, so that's actually one of my more favorite ones of
the
a
Christian Bale ones. Begins.
Batman Begins, 2005 was a great
Now,
way
Dean,
to relaunch that franchise.
You're looking at that through the lens of who is Batman.
No,
those
I'm
movies
looking
were
through the lens of
fantastic.
good movies.
You didn't think The Dark Knight was a good movie?
Okay, The Dark Knight was a good movie. Christian Bale was not good in this.
That's
movie.
what I'm saying. You're thinking of who is Batman in these movies.
Okay, then you are correct. And Christian Bale was
because that way, Brian is not wrong. And there again, I didn't mind Christian Bale.
Okay.
We've already done a Batman episode, but
go back in the archives.
I don't like. I think if you change the way he does the Batman voice, you're looking at those with a different.
No, I didn't like him as Bruce Wayne. I didn't like him as I didn't like him. In his action sequences, there's nothing about Christian Bale's Batman that I enjoyed.
All right, so we disagree. I guess I go back and watch the Batman episode. What's another good or bad?
I'll go back, but I'll just throw things at the TV again.
That's fine.
Not my fucking TV. I don't give a shit what you.
I eat a lot of bananas, so I throw banana peels.
Yeah.
Nick, do you have a good or bad one? Just whatever one you want to talk about.
Yeah, I'm going to start with what you said bad. So, and I'm not even going to say it's bad because the remake of it, from what I remember, wasn't necessarily bad, but I felt that the original is one that stands up so well it never, ever, 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 ever needs fucked with. Psycho, the original, is one of my favorite movies of all time. And actually, every time I watch it, I just sit there and I think to myself, how
Vince Vaughn?
Yes. Well, I think of the original, how masterful it is, and how long ago it was made, and how little would ever need it. You just don't need to.
It's a perfect.
The one with Vince Vaughn is not bad, but it's unnecessary.
Correct.
There was absolutely no
same
reason
as a TV show.
Yes. Yeah.
It was okay.
I mean, sure,
it was
and
unnecessary.
That one I didn't mind so much because it was a backstory before all of that happened.
Did you watch the final episode?
Yes. Yeah. But I'm saying the series,
it's a multiverse situation going on there.
Yeah, yeah. The series as a whole, I really enjoyed.
I did too,
because it didn't
unnecessary
dip
compared to
much.
the movie.
Well, already, I mean, fuck.
Remakes, reboots. We're not talking about prequels. We're not talking about sequels.
Yeah.
Remakes, reboots.
Yeah. But that Psycho with Vince Vaughn, from what I recall of it, not a bad movie, just unnecessary. Right. And I would say the same. I didn't even realize this as I was looking up popular remakes or whatever. Another classic movie that is old as shit that I absolutely adore, and it's long as fuck. But apparently in 2016, I believe, they remade Ben-Hur.
I did not know that.
Not necessary. I haven't even seen it. I didn't know it existed. It might be very good, but there's not even a reason to do that because the original Ben-Hur is so damn good. Why would you need to do that? That's my opinion. For some people, I was going to say there's a slight. I mean, a lot of people don't like Ben-Hur because it is so long, but there again, like just don't.
That's because their attention spans is as big as their dick.
Very, very possible.
Fuck them.
Mm-hmm. But
Dean, do you have one that's a remake that you did not care for?
I went through a few different routes here. I don't have anything listed from like stuff that's already been made.
Okay.
I have some ideas.
Okay.
And some non-ideas, kind of like what we did with the TV show situation.
Sure.
Before I go in that, Brian, do you have any? Because I don't have any. I'm going the separate route. Do you have any?
That's okay. I have a few.
Okay, go ahead.
Let's hear.
I asked. Now, The first one here is from my lovely daughter Peyton, her suggestion, and we watched this movie when she was a kid. And as soon as she said it tonight, I'm like, yes, 100%. 2010, The Karate Kid. Jaden Smith.
Agreed.
1,000% unnecessary.
Nope.
You could have done a similar storyline. Didn't have to be called The Karate Kid.
You could have called it The Judo Boy.
I don't know. Jackie Chan was fine as the Mr. Miyagi type character. Just unnecessary, and the original was too. Even the original's not a fantastic movie. It's good. I mean, you don't have to touch that franchise.
How dare you?
I don't know. I also have 2010 also the remake of A Nightmare on Elm Street. Jackie Earl Haley as Freddy Krueger. Don't. Like, you could redo. It's easy to redo. Reboot Jason and Michael Myers. As a matter of fact,
because he doesn't have the face, the eye,
and the personality.
You know what I mean? Right.
That Robert Englund was and is Freddy Krueger. To try to replace him is ridiculous. The storyline is not actually terrible. They try to get a little bit deeper into the origin and stuff like that. You're just looking for, at least for me, I was looking for Robert Englund the entire movie. He's not in the movie. And it sounded to me like, and Jackie Earl Haley was fantastic as Rorschach in the Watchmen movie, which is a terrific movie, and we'll go into that. It's another great superhero movie based on the graphic novel. It was the same voice. It was Rorschach as Freddy Krueger. It just didn't make any sense for me. The 1998 Godzilla.
Agreed.
With
Matthew Broderick.
Yes,
if you go ahead,
female Godzilla, it's just like laying the eggs and all. It's just like, what in the fuck is going on?
If you look at the structure and everything of Godzilla, and then you go on a lot of like these fan sites, people don't consider this to be an actual Godzilla movie. They call it Zilla. They shorten it as that monster is just Zilla, not Godzilla.
I would just like to point out how terrible that movie had to be to reboot the Godzilla franchise as it was, and people being like, this sucks. Because up to that point, all you had was that early ass Mickey Mouse bullshit.
No, people
are like,
you had Godzilla
this
85 or 88. You had
they did have some newer stuff
that's a good one.
Looked a little newer.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's a good one. I forgot about that one.
I've got the Steve Martin Pink Panther in 2006.
Yeah.
Again, you cannot.
He looked nothing like the cartoon.
And Peter Sellers was so good in the Inspector Clouseau role. It was one of his most iconic roles of his career. So funny, one of the greatest, and we talked about this again. Some of the greatest physical comedy on film is Peter Sellers in the Pink Panther movies. And Steve Martin was fine. He's a good comedic actor, but don't try to reboot the Pink Panther franchise. They made 2 movies, and that was it. It just didn't work. I was too big of a fan of the original, probably, as
they
well.
They made 2? Is that what you said?
I think they did. I think they made 2 Pink Panther movies.
They sure did.
The first one made enough money to... It's just not the same. Not the same feel. Not the same vibe. And I put on here the 2016 Ghostbusters. Now, the all-female cast of Ghostbusters, they try to reboot. Again, it's just nothing to do with all-female cast.
If you would have put that and called it something else, like, it hits, all the jokes hit, the premise hits, but I think the argument is that it's not the same. It's not the original, and it's not even the knock of people going, you don't mess with the original, and no, it's not that. I think it's the idea that you don't have. I mean, yes, you actually had a lot of the cast, but they were doing cameos. If you would have put that in the same universe, and said they were like
made it Ghostbusters Afterlife. But they're taking over for
we're the San Francisco brand.
That's fine. Don't call them Egon and all that. Don't do that.
You
say,
you went ahead.
make your
They tried
own universe.
Tried to just pretend that one didn't happen. Everybody goes, bullshit! It didn't happen. They saved fucking New York.
Exactly.
So I think that's what hurt it.
You can't exactly. You cannot replace.
It was a funny movie. All those girls are fucking fantastic.
Great comedic actresses. Not their fault. It's just the premise.
Premise was bad.
Like you say, trying to eliminate the original. And one more for you. 2015, The Fantastic Four. I still, to this day, based on the reviews and everybody I've known that's seen it, hates it so much. It's got one of the lowest Rotten Tomato ratings, probably of any. I shouldn't say of any, but
that was the one with
many superhero
I was just going to say Michael B. Jordan, right? I never saw it.
They changed the storyline. It's again Sony messing around, trying to do something with the Marvel characters they have no business in doing. Just didn't make any sense. The premise, that's it. Get rid of it, and let's do it correctly with the Marvel Universe, which I know it's in development. The next one's going to be terrific.
Along those lines, does the Amazing Spider-Man count as a reboot of Spider-Man?
Sure, it does. It's because
that might be on my list, and that's not
terrible.
There, like you said, it's not a discredit to the actors or anything like that.
Andrew Garfield's terrific.
Super well written. Andrew Garfield was one of probably my favorite part of the newest Spider-Man.
One with Tobey Maguire was
those were. I mean,
yes,
before the Peter Holland ones, those were the benchmark actually, I would say before The Dark Knight, that was kind of the benchmark for superhero movies at that time. They were the best.
I just recently watched the first one. And you guys, knowing that I just watched it, you guys still want to tell me that it was well written.
I mean, I haven't seen it, but I love like Brian said, the first two movies, especially the second one with Dr. Octopus, fantastic. One of the very, very high up there on the superhero.
If you grew up reading the Spider-Man comics, you would think they're better movies.
I get what you're saying, but the written dialogue throughout the movie is dog shit. The characters are unbelievable. The premises, it's a horrible movie. And I will even pause my thought of the special effects because it was done back in
2001 or some shit. Right. Like the first one came out in like 01
I will give them leeway on that because I just watched it just recently. I will give them. You good there, bud? You pouring a drink there?
I am.
You filling it up to the top there? The tasty beverage?
I was.
What are you drinking? Since we heard it, what are you drinking tonight?
That is a basic Labatt Blue Light.
Blue Light.
In honor of the returning hero.
That's right.
There you go.
There we go. Very nice.
Yep.
Okay. So I trashed that movie every time I can because I don't like it. Well, anyways. So
that's another one we'll have to agree to disagree because I stand by Spider-Man 1 and 2 by Tobey Maguire. Very good.
Much the same.
We agree on Batman and Spider-Man. There you go.
Yep. All right, so we'll talk about some good ones in a minute there. So Dean, you had some pitches for something that you would like to see.
All right. First of all, I'm going to go with one right off the bat. I don't know how much time we have, but
about 15 minutes or so.
Okay. Would yes or no? I'm going to run some of these off to you guys. You say yes or no. Give me your reasoning.
Okay.
I'll start with the big one. Back to the Future.
No. 1,000% no.
Don't care. Have no anything with it.
That would be movie blasphemy.
Never seen them.
Cannot possibly reboot Back to the Future. It's too perfect.
Okay.
All the performances, the writing, it was a lightning in a bottle.
It's timeless.
Do not fuck with those movies ever. Matter of fact, I saw a thing today that the original director owns the.
I read that
rights.
too. That's what made me think of it.
Right, so he owns the rights to make reboots or not, and he said he will block he'll block every attempt as he rightfully should. I don't think anybody would even pitch. I'm sure maybe it has been pitched by some dummies.
Oh, sure. When you saw the deep fake of Robert Downey Jr. as Doc Brown and the kid from Spider-Man as Marty.
No.
Okay, so How about Running Man?
Sure.
Could that be done?
Yeah. I think so. The storyline is interesting.
I mean, because Arnold Schwarzenegger was the original. I mean, you need like a buff guy, like a Chris Helmsworth, or just put The Rock in there.
Yeah, you could do something. Yeah, you could do that.
Okay,
it's an interesting story. Arnold made it very good. I loved him in that role. It was great. It was an entertaining movie. And Richard Dawson was fantastic as the game show host, because obviously he did that. When
he stabs the dude with the pen right on his back, I cringed. I still, to this day, if I see that scene, I cringe. Yeah. Nick, have you ever seen Running Man?
No, I have not.
You have to see it. It's a great, fun, goofy 80s movie.
Sci-fi, yeah.
Arnold he's just making,
well, you've got sci-fi and you've got Arnold, so I mean, I'm in. I'll watch it.
Absolutely. Right.
Jesse the Body Ventura is in it.
Yeah, Jim Brown.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the cast is awesome.
Yeah. But you could remake it.
Okay. Let's go. You know what? I'm going to jump ahead because I don't know the time here. Clue. Would you? Or
yeah.
I know you could, but would you? You didn't like Clue?
It's not necessary. I mean, it's.
You know what they got now? They got the 1,000 knives or long knives or whatever it is with Daniel Craig. It's sort of the new
Clue-esque,
and that's perfectly great. Him and Jamie Lee Curtis and that cast is to let that do something like that. You don't need to call it Clue.
Comedy, but it needs to be a comedy.
This is a comedy.
I think you could redo Clue with you could put together like a ridiculous all-star cast and make a fantastic movie, because the premise and the jokes and the stuff, I think it could work.
Yeah, you can't say that, oh my God, no one can ever play Mrs. White like Madeline Kahn. She was great in the role. She's a great comedic actress.
The Flames?
Yeah. But it's just not necessary.
The whole movie is so amazing and funny and quotable.
Tim Curry is the butler. I mean, again, you don't need to do it. You don't need to mess with it.
You don't need to, but I'm saying, could you, and would you be okay with it?
It would not be blasphemous like Back to the Future. It's not the same level at all.
There you go. Mm-hmm. All right. What about
It's a weird movie.
What? It is.
Clue.
It is.
It's so
you
good.
made us watch it at our house a couple years ago, and I'm like, what the fuck has happened? Like that.
I sure did.
I'm like, I wouldn't be mad to see it be remade, but I don't know why anybody would want to remake it. Like, it was just like, it's here, but I don't need it in my life.
Well, the rumor is they're having Jason Bateman write and direct it.
Okay, if somebody could write it good, I might. I don't know.
And if you ever see Ozarks, you know that he's pretty good at writing and directing. All right. Let me move over to no reboots. Like you said, I have a list of things. Star Wars. There's been the recent chatter online of rebooting A New Hope.
No.
With new actors.
They already did it. They already did that. It's called The Force Awakens. They already rebooted A New Hope.
Yeah,
they like legitimately, that's what the fuck it was. That's why everybody liked it. It was this, like the same thing.
Yep.
Okay.
I would be all for them rebooting the last 3 movies.
Yes.
Sure.
Get rid of them.
What about and I don't know if you've heard this rumor, but Every Which Way But Loose.
Oh yeah,
Every Which Way But Loose.
Again, not necessary, but you can have a gruff dude with an orangutan going around fighting people.
But would it work today?
No,
with the orangutan and stuff, would it be too cheesy?
It's a weird current concept. It fit well in the 70s.
That's why I would say no, is because I don't think it could work. It worked in the 70s.
Yeah,
I don't think it would work today,
unless you set it maybe in that time period.
Okay, I'll give you that.
Or if you want to make it really goofy, you like some of these other movies we talked about, to where you have a guy that's like from the 70s, like he's that gruff 70-ish type dude with an orangutan, and he comes out to. But again, who the fuck is fighting in a back alley, and it just is that really happening? If you made an MMA
John
fighter,
Hamm.
Sure. If you made it like
With the orangutan,
like an MMA fighter type deal or something weird, like I don't know. But again, not necessary.
Okay.
No one's looking for that movie to be rebooted. It's just not. No one cares.
All right. So to finish this up, gentlemen, I got a few that I'll run through. Comment if you need to. In the works. This is just out of a couple websites I looked through.
These
Ace Ventura. Yeah, they're talking about that they're either writing.
I'm not mad at a reboot on that, but I
think some of these, that might be the one that might be one of those where they're going to do a sequel, and they just got added into this list. I don't think they're going to reboot and change.
Okay. Do we need to see 50-year-old Jim Carrey doing Ace Ventura?
Do you remember what I told you, Brian, at the theater? Mission Impossible goddamn sequel trailer came up. I'm like, really? How fucking many can you do? That's like Fast and Furious. Like, how many more do you need?
Well, people are looking for those, though. No one's looking for an Ace Ventura sequel.
True.
Or a reboot, necessarily. I mean, the first one was fun.
It's like making an Austin Powers movie, another Austin Powers movie now. It's like, okay, like, leave it where it was, I think.
Right. That's,
they were great. They were great, but leave them where they were.
Yep.
Like, let it go.
Leave them in your memory.
Yeah.
Enjoy them.
Yeah.
Go back to them.
Yeah.
Okay. Brian, you'll appreciate this. American Werewolf in London, I guess the reboot is in works. You excited? Could it work? I mean...
Yeah. Again, not necessary.
Sure.
The first
none of them necessary. I mean...
The first one is... the first one's a good movie. It's a nice blend of comedy and horror.
Yeah.
David Naughton. I watched this, actually, Allie and I watched this. She had never seen it before. We watched it within the last summer or two. And again, it's just... What made that movie so good is that the special effects at the time... This is pre-CGI, and they had to build the complex models and makeup and everything to have that was one of the best at the time, and arguably, maybe to this day, the best werewolf transformation movie scene, maybe in history, was that scene with him turning into that wolf. It was a whole different. It was more wolf-like, as you know.
And only coming in second place, Teen Wolf 2, Jason Bateman.
No. But you know what I'm saying. But they had to build the.
You're over your Jason Bateman reference limits for this segment.
I love Jason Bateman, and I will reference him as much as I can.
Yeah. So anyway, not necessary. They should not do that because of what I just said. Because it would be a CGI transformation. All that it takes away. That was part of the charm of that first, and the amazement of that first movie was the complex transformation scene.
Right. Okay. So. A couple more, and we can call it a night here. Big Trouble in Little China.
Shouldn't do it.
I agree. Leave that one.
Yeah, it's that again. That movie.
Memory. It's kind of great, but it's fun.
Yeah, it's kind of a cult classic type movie. Kurt Russell was so great in that role, and again, and all the actors in that were great. It's just again not necessary. Just there's no purpose of it.
That is the correct answer.
All right. I got a few. You don't have to comment too much here. I got some of the best.
There.
Okay. Some of the best remakes.
Right.
Okay.
Okay. Your turn.
All right. The Fly.
That's actually the one. The next one I was going to go to.
That was a remake.
Yes, it was.
Did not know that.
The original was
Vincent
back in
Price.
back in the 50s or whatever it was, but the Jeff Goldblum version in '86, terrific. He was great in that, and then the special effects were awesome. It was a whole darker.
Just to give you
transformation,
an idea of who is who, Nick. At the end of Thriller, or actually the beginning of Thriller, the man giving the speech in the beginning of Thriller.
Vincent Price. Yeah, the Thriller.
Vincent Price was the Jeff Goldblum character in the 50s movie.
Yep. Interesting.
Yep. One of the best reboots that they ever did was the Planet of the Apes. The original Planet of the Apes movie of Charlton Heston, 1968, is terrific. even to this day. Holds up well. The messaging. Rod Serling did the screenplay from the Twilight Zone.
Sequels, but
wait. So you're saying you're saying best remakes?
Best. The Planet of the Apes, the trilogy they did.
So you're saying Marky Mark was the best?
No,
that's
not
what
that
I'm
one's
wondering.
horrible.
Okay.
No,
so the ones with
Andy
Charles
Serkis. Andy Serkis as Caesar the ape. Those three movies.
Okay, Dean, my brain went the same place because I was like, you know what? I forgot to bring that up on one of my worst reboots.
The Mark Wahlberg
the Tim Burton Mark Wahlberg one.
Garbage.
Really, really bad. That's up there with my worst reboots. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so
no, you're right.
That one's garbage.
Yep. The reboots with the Caesar. Yeah, that's all good.
That would be about the same as if you try to remake Convincing Idiots without me.
Yeah.
And it's like nobody needs that, wants that.
Couple other ones. The
everybody froze. Oh, you did.
That's all right.
Moving past.
So I'm a huge fan of the Evil Dead movies with Bruce Campbell. Okay, they did a remake in 2013 of the Evil Dead.
Mm-hmm.
That remake hit a lot of different things. It paid terrific homage to the original.
Mm-hmm.
That a more modern take on the story. And it was awesome. If you love that, Sam Raimi, I think, was a producer, or Bruce Campbell might have been a producer, but some of the original were involved there. But it was a terrific remake and a more modern one. So if you like that franchise at all, I thought they
I did see that one.
Very well.
Oddly enough, I haven't seen the original, but I've seen like the new one. So that's my only like experience with Evil Dead.
Watch the original. If you like the remake at all, go back and watch the original. And you'll appreciate, I think, the remake even more.
Yeah.
I thought the Halloween movie Rob Zombie in 2007.
Yeah, that's a good one. Was really good. The original.
The second one was not good, but the Rob Zombie.
The first one he did, I liked a lot.
And you got the whole the backstory of Michael Myers, which you had not seen before. It showed him as a kid growing up, and you got a taste of how he became what he became. I thought they did that very, very well.
That's probably my favorite like Halloween movie but it's kind of biased because it was done more recently. It's not older and cheesier and like silly. Like it's a little more up to date thriller. Like, go ahead and do your dance, Dean. But it was.
No, I'm just
a little more updated.
How much you guys enjoyed it? I did not.
Really? Yeah, I liked it a lot.
The Spider-Man Homecoming 2017.
Sure.
When they got past Andrew Garfield was a terrific Spider-Man. The writing and the storyline was off the rails, horrible. But the reboot Spider-Man is the young kid again in the new Marvel universe.
Yep.
Just completely wiped away all the bad stuff for this.
Homecoming might be Homecoming's like potentially top 3 superhero movies for me.
Sure. Yeah.
Like it's up there.
That's
reasonable. Don't know, but it's definitely top 5. But Homecoming specifically I was shocked at how good it was. Because I didn't see it till later, and I was like, nobody told me how fucking awesome this movie is. Like, it's hilarious, and it's heartfelt,
everybody
and
told me how
awesome
it was, and I'm like, yeah, fuck it.
I
don't believe you. And I was wrong.
I just wasn't ready for another reboot at the time, but at the same time, I mean, I just maybe I was late to the party, but fuck, I was like, damn, it was really good.
Needed to be done.
Yeah.
Look at that. We both got convinced.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
I got 2 more for you. I kind of forgot about this one. 1991, Robert De Niro, Cape Fear. Did you ever see the Robert De Niro Cape Fear movie?
Uh-huh. Yes.
So Nick, again, this is another one where I think the original was in the 60s, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So it's not in the sense of compare it to the original type deal, but just that this movie, Robert De Niro is so creepy in this movie. It's like it's another one of those movies to where this can happen. He's like an obsessive. I can't remember who he was stalking. He was stalking the family.
Not Julie. Louise Dreyfus.
The wife or the daughter?
No, the daughter.
He was stalking the daughter.
Well, it's actually more the husband and his family. Like he wasn't like it wasn't a sexual thing of like the daughter or the mother. It was he was trying to terrorize the family of the prosecutor.
That's right.
Who was
It
who's
doesn't
the prosecutor?
It's fine, but
Okay, you did that.
A very good like mental type thriller. Those movies really freak me out because you can picture anything you can picture really
Nick
happening.
Nolte. Nick
That's
Nolte.
right. Yes, that's right. That's right.
And Julia Lewis was the daughter.
Right. That's right. That's right. But you can think about it. It's like if you wanted to torment people, it's people. They're powerless. There's only so much they could do to keep somebody away.
Right.
And he knows this. Yes, he knows this, and really, very, very creepy role and terrific acted role for Robert De Niro. And maybe the best remake of all time, in my opinion. And I just went to the theater within the last couple of weeks and saw the 40th anniversary on the big screen, which was a terrific experience. I don't think I talked about this. It was one of those Fandango special events that they have.
Was this one of those porn movies you went and saw?
No.
Okay, all right.
Still looks good. Looks good. 40th anniversary.
First time seeing it on the big screen, which I thoroughly enjoyed. 1982, John Carpenter, The Thing.
Okay.
Kurt Russell was actually a remake.
Really?
Oh, yeah. It was the original was in the 55, 57, something like
shit.
that.
I remember, I think it was on probably Big Chuck and Little John seeing The Thing, the black and white one.
Oh, yeah,
back in the day.
That's right.
Huh.
You know, they're also doing they're on that list that I had, The Blob. They're redoing The Blob.
And that's fine. They
that's
remade
a
it.
good one. Yeah.
The original was good with Steve McQueen, and they had one in the 80s, The Blob. But that's just
Jennifer Aniston, right?
I don't remember.
I remember correctly. Was
I saw
her
the
first
one
movie?
I don't remember. I saw the one in the 80s. It was fine, but yeah, The Thing 82, terrific movie. Yeah, maybe the best remake, not a reboot. Sure. That was a remake. So that's what I got. Yeah. There's a lot more out there, but
it is. I think this was a good discussion, fellas.
Well, I've got a real quick shout out as far as as long as we're on some of the best remakes. Please. I would like to give a shout out real quick to what Disney has been doing with some of their animated
the live
movies
action
that and doing live action versions. Not all of them are hits. Like, I mean, The Lion King was one of my favorites as a kid, but it was like pretty much verbatim like the animated one, but CGI, and like that was fine.
That.
It was good, but it was like literally no different, and it was exactly like frame for frame, pretty much the same movie. But I really like The Jungle Book. I like the characters they cast in it. I like the way that they did it. But my favorite, hands down, is Aladdin. I thought they did an exceptional job.
I didn't see that one.
They added songs. Naomi Scott, who I love so dearly, as Princess Jasmine. But they did a really nice take on it. And they changed some things. They made Jasmine more of a hero in this movie, and the live action Aladdin reboot is fucking fantastic. I mean, we watch it pretty frequently. It's on pretty heavy rotation here.
I haven't watched it only for the simple fact of how do you replace Robin Williams?
That is with another.
He is that
dynamo
movie.
right. But Will Smith does great as the genie.
Okay.
I mean, I was a little hesitant, but it's really well done, and it's funny. It's heartfelt, and I really that of all the live action adaptations of Disney classics, that one has been hands down my favorite. But I did really like The Jungle Book as well. But I think Disney's done a really good job with a lot of those, with a lot of the live action ones. I haven't seen Mulan, but I really wasn't a big fan of that one in the first place. But a lot of the ones that I've seen that they've done have been really good.
I'm interested. We've talked about it before, but I'm interested later this year, the live action version of Pinocchio, also with the great Tom Hanks as Geppetto.
He's got to pee. Also, another one I wanted to bring up: The Longest Yard. with Adam Sandler and stuff. That I liked that remake of it a lot, and Burt Reynolds was in it and things like that. But
I did
thought
like
it was
how they
good.
incorporated Burt Reynolds as the coach. Yeah,
Yeah, that was funny.
Again, it wasn't like unheard of that you should
No.
not reboot The Longest Yard. That was definitely a movie of its time because that was
Sure.
I do like the Burt Reynolds one. I love the football game and all that, but it was definitely it did not age well. A lot of the stuff in that movie. So yeah, I'm with you on that.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
I also really liked another horror movie that was redone was the Amityville Horror that they did with Ryan Reynolds. I liked that one a lot. I don't know if that's a popular opinion or not, but I thought it was really eerie and creepy, and I really like the Amityville Horror with Ryan Reynolds. It was probably, I don't know, early to mid 2000s that was made, but I like that one a lot.
I have to watch that because I thought in my mind that was completely unnecessary to redo the Amityville Horror.
It probably was.
But honestly, I went back and watched a couple years ago the original, and it's like not good.
Really?
It was not
I
good.
agree.
Yeah. It was not that scary.
So have you watched the Ryan Reynolds one
I haven't.
recently?
I didn't because I'm like, well, you don't need to redo this because the original was so scary, but it wasn't that good. So I will go back and watch that Ryan Reynolds one.
I remember liking that one a lot. It was
the original. You're talking about Amityville Horror.
Yeah.
Well, he said that he liked the remake with Ryan Reynolds.
With Ryan Reynolds. I did like that.
I said the original was not good.
Oh, really?
Hold on. You're saying the original's not good?
No.
The original might be, from my childhood, might be the scariest movie I've seen as a kid.
Yes, exactly. As a kid. If you go back and trust me on this, go back and watch it.
I have. And
when?
Yes. A couple years ago. It was on whatever. And again, you're right. Not a great movie.
No.
But still, the scarier scenes did work.
Okay.
So but it is the scariest movie from my childhood.
Let's table that topic. Maybe that's a Halloween topic again to get into the scary. We talked about our favorite horror movies, but scariest.
But Nick's got to make sure he wears that shirt again because that's frightening.
Mm-hmm. Pretty frightening. Yeah. If you're frightened by the original Amityville Horror as an adult, then I see where his shirt would scare you.
Right.
Yeah.
So there's a Skeletor on his chest.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Nick, anything else?
That's about it for me. I just wanted to, like I said, I wanted to shout out the Disney ones. I think they're doing a good job with the remakes and stuff like that. But yeah.
One actually you mentioned that real quick. The Tim Burton Dumbo remake, the live action.
That was one of the first ones they did.
I had higher expectations. That's on my not so good list.
Yeah.
Okay.
A little weird.
I didn't see it.
Not needed.
Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah. Don't need to see it.
Agreed. I agree with that.
Yeah. All right. Anything else, here, guys? So then it's late. Anything?
Well, I have 236 more entries, but I'll table them for another day.
If you must, I suppose.
If I must.
Now they should redo Gone with the Wind. Now hear me out.
Mm-hmm. Let me go scene by scene. Why?
Right. Oprah Winfrey
as Brett Butler. Now listen.
Adam Sandler.
Scarlett O'Hara.
Yeah.
Oh, frankly, my dear, nobody gives a damn.
Yeah. I love that. That's good.
Yeah.
That's doable. Good. I love it. I love it.
I think we're on something.
Yes, it's good. Adam Sandler just in every reboot.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Just do it. Just make it happen. He has some type of role. Some type of role in every reboot. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep.
Boys, we've done enough work today.
Yes,
I'm
we have.
tired. You're tired. Let's go home and have sex with our wives.
That's right.
Sorry, listener. You're going to have to get out of there. We've got to go to the bed.
You stepped on my clue joke. Anyways.
No. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Not that anybody would have fucking got it, but
Yeah, we're gonna shoot folks 3 alternate endings of this podcast,
right.
and depending on which region of the world that you're listening or watching, will be the alternate ending that you have, similar to Clue.
I don't want to give away what region is what, but when you find the one where Nick's in a bra and panties, you win.
You live in
That's right.
Canada.
That's the best one.
That's right. And if you're in the U.S., then you might be hearing how Dean, as an adult, is still frightened by the original Amityville Horror
I
movie.
didn't
For some
say
reason.
that I was frightened by it. I said
You
it
did
was
say that.
Noted
scary.
adult pant wetter, Zennial Dean.
That's
Yeah.
right.
I am, but that has nothing to do with that movie.
Yep.
Not from that movie.
That has everything to do with my alcoholism.
That's right. All right. So Nick has been away for a couple weeks, Dean,
Yes.
and partly what he's been doing.
I already know what this ends. How this ends, buddy.
Go ahead, please.
Are we on the same page?
I don't know. I have no idea.
This outro. Well, how Nick is going to read us the outro
Okay.
as Adam Sandler, right? I mean, does it end any other way?
Okay. All right.
Of course. Of
Yeah.
course. He's going to be in every reboot pitch that we have.
Absolutely.
In some
We got to
role.
keep him working. We got to keep him in the movies, and we got to keep him in the Convincing Idiots outros.
He's poor. He needs the money.
That's right.
That's right.
Yes, absolutely.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah. So, would anyone like to ask Adam Sandler where we can be found?
Adam, if I was to look for Convincing Idiots, where would I look? How would I find them?
Okay, so here's what you're gonna do. You're gonna go on to the computer and go and Convincing Idiots, and you're gonna Google over to Convincing Idiots Linktree, Linkree, and then you're gonna find all the little links to the Facebook and the Twitter and the Instagram, and then you're gonna like and you're gonna subscribe and all of that good stuff. Because we need the likes, we need the subscription. And then you're gonna go over to our website, convincingidiots.com. No, it's not. It's not convincingidiots.com. You know why? Because we were not first to that domain. So you're gonna go to convincingidiots.wordpress.com, and there you're gonna find all of the same information for you to find. So you can go on to the website and you can like, you can subscribe, you can rate and review all day long. So for this episode of Convincing Idiots, I am a millennial. My name is Nicholas.
That's Daniel Dean.
Gen X Brian.
Have we all convinced you that Adam Sandler belongs in every little reboot that Hollywood has to offer?
Gen X Brian here. Daniel Dean. Millennial Nick. If you like our stuff, give us a like and subscribe, and we may just send you a Polaroid of Millennial Nick's feet.
Ham gravy.